Hey there, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about loops in Python. So loops are very essential for any programmer. And so why we need loops? When we need to uh, repeat things for several times, then we used loop. For loop is used to iterate over many variable, many items, list, string. So at first, let's say example for loops. Let's say at first we need to write f small for, and then variable name. You can make any name item, or we have in is a keyword. Then in we can use also range to for in range we need to put in integer, then colon what, then print item. So let's see what we print. Here you can see 0 to 4. The thing we put here is excluded. Actually it receives three parameter. The first one is initial, and the second one is the last, which is excluded. Remember that the last one is always excluded, and the third one is step. But we can simply write 5 in short. It also the same means. Okay, so it again. Now let's say we want to print all the number from 1 to 10, and from 1 to 10, and we also want to print the all the odd number. Then we make it two step. Let 1 plus 2 equal to 3, which is odd, then it will increase as in the same sequence. So let's write, sorry, I mean to say what, what does, sorry, it's my mistake. It is not colon, it's just comma. So doing C++ for or any other language for several times, I made mistake in Python. So you can see here it's printing all the number odd number from 1 to 9. Also we can print all the even odd number from 0 to 10. As I mentioned earlier, the last 10 is excluded, so it is not showing 10. Okay, so if now I put 11 instead of 10, then we all can see 10 is here, because 10 is less than because 10 is also odd and it is under 11. Now let's see how we can iterate over some item variable. So let's say I have a list of name, and for my name like Tom, then Harry, then what, Adam, Thor. Okay, now we want to print all the name in one time. Instead of printing them one by one, we can print them in loop. Or I can say I in. Here I'm not using a range function because we will now iterate over the list, so we won't use to range function when we need to put some integer number, then we will only use the range function. For in, let's say the name here, the variable name over which we want to iterate. And here is the variable name. This is you can give any variable. Print. Okay, so I. Okay, just this time I am printing only I. Then say what we see. Yes, we can see all the name here, you see guys. Okay, now let's go to the while loop. Before we okay, just we write while, but before we do that we need to initialize a value which is 0, or you can initialize 1 or whatever you want. But it is must you need to initialize a value, a variable. Then I is less than say 10. Then here print I, but this time we need to increase the value which is called increment, or we can also decrease the value, but we will see them later, decrement. But at first we see the increment. So here you can see it is showing all the integers from 0 to 9, as the 10 is less than. If now what, the while loop will run until the condition is filled up. So now the condition is when I becomes 10, then it fulfill the condition, then the loop break automatically. And if now let me show if why, if we don't increase the value, then what, see, it's the value is printing I, and it's just not stopping. It's just keep going, keep going, keep going. This is called infinite loop. Mm, it occurs when you do not increase the value of I. Okay, so don't forget to increase the value of I. We can also print the odd and integer, odd and even number from here. Let's say I want from, if we now we will see all the even number from 0 to 10, excluded 10 is excluded, and all the odd number. Okay, so let's say 1. First it is printing 1, then 1 plus 2, I is equal to 1. Yes, you can see. So 1 plus equal, it means plus equal means I equal to I plus 2. So in shortcut we write plus equal 2. So I plus 2, which is 3, then it's running until the condition is filled up. Okay, so these are the basic about for and while loop. So if you want to know more about loop, let me know in the comment section. And until next video, just keep them practicing. Hope you find this video helpful. Don't forget to subscribe my channel for more Python content.